Welcome to Bislish. Today we're going to do Afritada Manok, or one-pot chicken Sofrito stew. This stew has a bunch of vegetables in it. It's all in one pot. We got tomatoes, carrots, potatoes. It's delicious. I'm going to start by marinating the chicken. We got 1/4 cup of fish sauce. And after that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons cane vinegar. I have 2 teaspoons of garlic powder because garlic is always delicious. And I have 2 large chunks or 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now the chicken I'm using, I got some chicken thighs and some chicken legs. We're going to go ahead and pour all this mixture on top. We're going to refrigerate it overnight or just marinate at least 2 to 4 hours. Give it a good little rub there. Now for the sofrito, we're going to go ahead and cut up 2 onions. The way I do it is I want a nice little mince on here because this is going to form basis for the sauce. So go ahead and mince that up nicely. I'm going to put the onions aside. We're going to use them later. Garlic, I've got 10 cloves of garlic. I just smack them and then I chop them up nice. Nice little mince as well. Carrots, we're going to peel the carrots, obviously. And what I'm doing is I'm turning, cutting, turning, cutting, turning, cutting. And what that does is it makes these large chunks with a lot of surface area, a little asymmetrical. I'm using red potatoes because I want something that's not going to fall apart over a long time cook. And for these, I'm going to cut kind of big. I just want big chunks. See, there you go, 1-inch cubes. Now, peppers, we're also going to do the same kind of thing. I'm going to remove the core by cutting on the outside. If you've never seen this technique before, let's go ahead and pause it. There you go. And then boom, no core, no seeds. Now, the rest of the pepper I'm just going to cut up about 1/2-inch pieces. We want them to be pretty big because we don't want the pepper to just disappear into the sauce. There we go. See? So I got the peppers, potato, carrots. Now this is a technique I do a lot. I'm using a high heat in a cast iron skillet. And what I'm doing is I'm just trying to literally burn the outside of the peppers. And this is a nice little toast or burnt pepper. Makes it taste delicious. I'm going to do the same thing for the carrots. I just want to get some nice little burn marks on the outside. There we go. When I pull them to the side, there you go. Look at that. That looks beautiful. Now what I'm going to do for the chicken is I am searing it on both sides. We want to get a good amount of color. I've got a little bit of leftover coconut oil in there. After the sear is done on all sides, I'm going to do the thighs. If you work in batches, it keeps it nice and warm. There we go. I just keep turning them until they look all delicious like that, and then we're good to go. Now I'm going to add all the onions into the pan. Yep, that's the same pan with all the scrapings, and then cook them down. Once they're nice and soft, I'm adding my garlic, some salt, smoked paprika, black pepper, saffron. I'm going to deglaze the pan with 1/2 bottle of white wine and use a little bit of soy sauce to bring up some more flavor. I have 1 quart of chicken stock, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, and 1 can of crushed tomatoes. Here's a couple tablespoons of banana ketchup for sweetness. When it's reduced by 1/2, I add my potatoes. And I'm going to add my peas. These are fresh peas. If you have frozen, add them later. Add my carrots. When that's all nice and come together, I go ahead and put the chicken on top. And then I throw it into a 300-degree oven for about 45 minutes an hour. When I pull it out, I'm checking the chicken to make sure it's tender. As you see, the sauce has increased. I want to reduce it by half for me. Turn on the heat and add the peppers. Then add the chicken back in. As you can see, the chicken has created all that flavor back into the sauce. And it's nice and pulls apart. If you use a boneless chicken, it would just basically have disappeared by now. And the taste, oh man, it's amazing. I'm Chef Cameron Kurtz.